Hey everyone, what's up? This is God, and here today I got a huge video I've been wanting to make about the potential of Future Saga Chapter 3 and 4 and diving in for the future of Xenoverse 2. And trust me, I've got some interesting speculations and predictions I want to share with you today. And yes, I will still be covering more Sparking Zero content, doing some more What If Gotenks content soon, so do not worry. But in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the future of Future Saga Chapters 4 and what the end of Xenoverse 2 might look like leading into Xenoverse 3, which I highly doubt, but I'm going to go over these key sections: free updates, potential characters, future custom partners, the end of the Xenoverse 2 story, beginning of Xenoverse 3, and finally, the future release dates for Future Saga Chapter 2 and 3. With that being said, let's dive in, shall we? Starting with the free updates. Alright, so first up, we need to listen. We need to talk about free updates in Xenoverse 2. We have some solid updates that gave us transformations, blue evolutions, Super Saiyan God, Beast Form, and Ultra Instincts. And the big question is, what transformation we might have for either Future Saga Chapter 2 or 3? Now, I got some first thoughts on this. The first transformation is on my mind is Super Saiyan Rose. It's practically inevitable for them to at least hide it now. With Goku Black already in the game, it makes sense that we get his signature form at some point in Future Saga Chapter 2 or 3, and how he's built the form will work, it could act like this. You saying Goku Black's pain will make him stronger, right? So, I would say it will work similar to like Beast, where the damage might increase slightly, but however, it will boost up the ki and strikes around like 15 or 20%. Nah, 15%. That'll be good. That'll be better. But another form on my mind, I would like to see the Namekians have their own potential unlocked in orange form. Like, Namekians never really gotten any love terms to exclusive forms like Frost Demons, Majins, and Saiyans have, but I'm still hoping we see something cool with like an exclusive orange form that we see with Piccolo have in the superhero movie and the Hero Justice Pack. Now, Super Saiyan 4. I know it's a long shot, but if they were to do it, they need to make it exclusive to Saiyans, because I don't think it would be possible for humans to have it, because them and Saiyans share same skeletal structures. But hey, like if they manage to pull that off, if they somehow do some special coding, I think that would be a better solution for it, because with Saiyans and humans share the same skeletal fracture, I highly doubt that won't be possible. But and finally, Ultra Supervillain. And I know this is going to be a weird pick for it, but trust me, that will be very useful when I'm talking about the end of the story. But Ultra Supervillain could be an awesome form for all races, and I think there's a good chance that we might unlock it at the final Future Saga Chapter 4. And it would be tied to the Future Saga DLC, it would be a fantastic twist. So those are the forms I would like to see. Out of these forms, I would like to see Rose, Orange form from Namekians, Super Saiyan 4, and Ultra Supervillain. Now let's talk about the characters we could see. Now let's talk about the characters we could see in Future Saga Chapter 3 and 4. Some people out there speculating Golden Frieza could be the next Ultra supervillain, or characters like Vegeta, like Daima, could make an appearance. While I agree that Vegeta Daima would be a part of the DLC for Future Saga Chapter 3, but here are some few characters I would like to see in Future Saga Chapter 3. I know this is going to be lame, but I would prefer Bergamo, Lavender, Brazil, and I think Ikari Broly and Dragon Ball Daima Vegeta. And my Ultra Super Villain character I would like to see is Cooler. Because, like, we've only seen Cooler in a cutscene in the beginning of the Namek Saga, where he was joined alongside with Frieza. And of course we saw him making an appearance for but twice before in the Resurrection F story. But like, I would like to see Ultra Super Villain Cooler as a Ultra Super Villain facing off either Vegeta or Goku while they're taking on their strongest forms. So if you guys do not like it, just let me know in the comments below. So that's basically what I would like to see in Future Saga Chapter 3. For Future Saga Chapter 4, I'm thinking we'll have characters like Master Roshi, Rosie, even Dragon Ball Daima Shin. And as for our final Ultra Villain Super Villain in the saga, I'm predicting Few. But not just any version of Few. I'm talking about an Ultra Super Villain Few who's going to play a major role in the Future Saga Chapter 4 at the end of the story, and will make a transition to Xenoverse 3. And now, as for future custom partners, I'm going to dive in because there are some future custom partner characters I would like to see, but there's a lot of potential. First, we have Fuse Zamasu. Imagine him in his fused form using moves like Divine Lasso, Intervene Cerberus, or Divine Ray Bombs. The possibilities would be endless for this character. And then we have GT Vegeta. I know it's a bit of a wild card, but I think he could use all sorts of forms that the previous Vegeta can use. And Final Explosions, Prominence Flash, or Final Rampage, that would be a refreshing change of pace for the GT Vegeta. If GT Goku can be a custom partner, GT Vegeta would fit right in. And let's not forget about Golden Frieza. Imagine with moves he could have. Evil Blast, Elegant Blast, Zarbon's move. That would be really fun as a custom partner because we only have first form Frieza, so why not we can make Golden Frieza as a custom partner? Like, we can literally make Golden Frieza in his black form just by customizing his parts. And that would be a whole lot cooler if that can actually happen. And lastly, this has been on my mind as well, Repriand, because she has the most broken moves in the game. And if she was a custom partner using a Ki Blast build, and she using her lovely Showtime and her Repriand's Eternal Love, that would be devastating. And I'm all for one to seeing her as a custom partner. Alright, now we're going to talk about the big one, the big part I've been saving. The end of Xenoverse 2 story and the beginning of Xenoverse 3. And how will I think all of this will plays out? Well, it's like this here. In the beginning of, this is a speculation, I'm predicting at the beginning of the Future Saga Chapter 3, where Few, shows us a destroyed Kanton City, and he's telling us that this is the future, what will happen if you continue to stop me. Like that's what he would say if us, the player, would continue to stop him. And what he might say is the truth. If somehow at the end of Future Saga Chapter 3, where we'll see the destruction of Kantan City, where everything is destroyed, but our warrior will shrug it off and keep fighting, and that's what we'll resort to it. And a lot of people would be devastated and hurt that all the people they defended, all of it is destroyed in Kantan City. Many people will lose their lives. But here is the climax of the Future Saga Chapter 4. We'll have an epic showdown where not only Trunks, us the player, and Few, while we're in the middle, while Trunks telling us lend him a hand to defeating Few, while Few tries to persuade us to join him into changing history. Depending on what side we'll choose, here are the two endings that will be possible I'm about to predict. The normal ending, we side with Trunks and defeating Ultra Super Villain Few, setting up as Few as the major villain in Xenoverse 2-3 as we defeat him in the Future Saga Chapter 4. So, once we do that, we beat him. He'll become now the new villain of Xenoverse 3, and all peace is being restored for now. And here's is the alternative ending. We side with Few, and when we do that, we betray everyone in the Time Patrol, and the Trunks, the Supreme Kai of Time, everyone would be shocked and devastated that the person we fought alongside with, the person who we consider as the heroes who defended history after defeating Toa and Mira, is now working alongside with you. And this will make a sad ending, to be honest. And this is when Supreme Kai of Time will tell us we are no longer welcome back as Time Patrol, as she will now take it as her own hands. Her, along with the Future Warrior and Trunks, will fight alongside us, the player, and Trunks will fight alongside us, the player, and Few, for the sake of defending history. And this ending will flip the entire narrative, leaving our former allies to fight against us as the new antagonists. And it will be especially a huge shock for Supreme Kai of Time and Trunks. And this would leave the Future Saga Chapter 4 could be a really sad ending, and would make a very, very impactful ending, which lead us to face off against them in Xenoverse 3. And that is how I believe what we're going to go down in the Future Saga Chapter 4. So now, we're going to be talking about the future dates for the Future Saga Chapter 2 and 3. And let's talk about the release dates I'm predicting that Future Saga Chapter 3 will drop. Around the end of May or middle of June 2025, I believe that's where Future Saga Chapter 3 will drop. And for Future Saga 4, I'm believing it'll drop around early November or mid-December of 2025. And I know they got a lot of work to do, especially characters like Dragon Ball Daima Vegeta, and I don't think they'll take their time with this one. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed my predictions for the Future Saga Chapter 3 and the free updates, the characters, and what will the end of the Xenoverse 2 story might look like as we transition to Xenoverse 3. And it is a long script. And I'm not saying I'm not encouraging Xenoverse 2 to die. What Future Saga Chapter 3 and 4 are going to lead to? They are going to lead to an epic conclusion, an epic climax to decide the fate of what will happen in Future Saga Chapter 4. And I believe that's where the end of the Xenoverse 2 story will end, and that's where they're going to transition to Xenoverse 3, and will either play as a time patroller or a time breaker. So, if you guys did enjoy this video, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and do not forget to join the Undead Army today, and click on that bell icon so that way you won't miss any of my content, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace and out.